Everyone. In this particular video, I'm going to tell you about section 4 of the business plan. The section 4 of the business plan is called market analysis. Well, what's a market? A market is a place where a company trades its products and services to the customers. And not only one company does it, many other companies do it as well. So if you look closely, the market has three major constituents. The company, the customers, and the competitors. So from a company perspective, when we talk about market analysis, we are essentially talking about analyzing the customers and analyzing the competitors. So when we talk about analyzing the customers, we talk about three major activities: segmentation, targeting, and positioning. Now, what is segmentation? Segmentation is when you try to divide the entire market or the customers on basis of certain segments which are demographic segments. For instance, you can divide them based on income, based on age, based on education, based on their place of origin, many other factors which helps you in looking at the entire customer base not together but as different segments. Then comes targeting. Out of the segments that you have created, which are the segments that you wish to target? Your products and services may not be suitable for all the segments. So you might want to choose certain segments that you want to specifically target for your products and services. Let's take some examples. When you take examples like super bikes, who are the target customers? The target customers in this case might be young university students, or maybe young professionals who are middle income and above, right? So we have taken combined two demographic segments here. One is the age and another is the income, and have created a segment that we want to particularly target. But when you talk about bikes which are like Harley Davidson bikes, you might have a different segment that you want to target. These may be middle-aged or professionals, senior professionals who are bike lovers and also belong to the higher income category. That may be your segment that you want to target. So segmentation, targeting. And the third thing is positioning. What is positioning? Positioning is the image of your product, service, or brand that you want to create in the mind of the customer. So what comes to your mind when I say Maggie? It comes something like instant food or instant noodles. When I say something like Mercedes, what comes to your mind? Maybe luxury, maybe style, maybe elegance. So consciously some image of your product, service, or brand is created in the mind of the customer. So that is called as positioning. How you want to position your product or service or brand in the mind of the customer. Segmentation, targeting, positioning. So these are three important. Once you know your target customers or target buyers, you also want to understand about their about their behavior, which we call as the buyer behavior. What are their buying preference? What are the things that they really like to buy? Amongst the kind of products and services that you deal in, what is their buying frequency, how frequently they buy, where do they buy from, when do they buy, how much do they buy? All this you would like to know, right? So that is about understanding the customers. The next, as I said, in this market analysis, we also try to understand the competitors. We call that competitor analysis. So when we talk about competitor analysis, first identify who are your major competitors. Who are the similar companies who deal in the kind of products and services that you are offering? They have similar kind of products and services. Who are your major competitors? Research about their products. What are the features of their products? What are the features of their services? How much sales do they have? What are their how much revenues do they generate? How much profits do they have? How have been they marketing their products and services? So try to know as much, gather as much information through your research about your competitors. The more you know about your competitors, the better you know how to position your products and services. You don't necessarily have to copy your competitors, but you can definitely come up with a better strategy when you know your competitors, strategy and what their competitors are doing better, right? Okay. So that is pretty much your section 4, which is market analysis. Before I end, time for trivia. You know about Honda, right? And the founder of Honda is none other than Soichiro Honda. Now, very few people know that Soichiro Honda, before he founded the company Honda, actually applied for an engineer's job at Toyota Motor Corporation. Yes, he did apply at Toyota Motor Corporation, however, he didn't get selected. Good for him and good for so many other customers who are enjoying Honda products that he didn't get selected, because that's why he could start the company Honda. Thank you very much. Wish you all the best and see you again. Bye-bye.